The ground sighed under his foot. The rope slipped. And when I blew the bone whistle, the goats screamed first. 3 months earlier, our soil stopped breathing. We blamed a widow, a rumor, and a Monday, until a ledger rose from the mud with my uncle's initials. Stay with me. By the time the sky turns green-gray, you'll see why barrels float and lies sink. I am ESI, 19, Black Ghanaian, from the Ankabre side of Ghana. My father died in a small illegal pit. My mother sells plantain by the road. 3 months ago, the soil stopped breathing. Yams thinned to bones. Maize stood like brooms. Goats nosed dust and quit. People blamed miners upstream. People blamed lazy youth. People blamed Harmattan. Under all that blame, one rumor glowed. Monday. Among us, Monday belongs to Asase Yaa, the Earth Mother. You do not pour libation then. But at Nana Abina's funeral, someone did. My uncle Kojo turned loud. He shines when he wants something. He cuts when he gets it. He pointed at the widow, Accusation. She farms Mondays, he said. Her hands keep our seeds asleep. The chief Nana Kwaku called a council. Drummers beat the hour like a second heart. A traveling herbalist, Minsa, arrived with a calabash tied in red thread. We will call the earth, the chief said. We will confess. If a grudge hides here, the ground will spit the name. Dusk came red. Women laid Kent on the stool path. Men drew ash lines in a clean circle. Mama Fua, the oldest midwife, poured a thin line of salt at the edge. To keep fights outside, she said. Impefo burned. Smoke walked over our heads. The chief named ancestors. He named taboos. He named Mondays. The ground trembled like a sleeper turning over. My ribs tightened. My mouth opened. A voice stepped through me like it owned the room. Accusation, it said, slow as stone. You took breath from the soil. Shouts. Confess. Bring the rope. Accua shook her head. On Mondays I sweep child trees, she whispered. I tie white cloths so those who left too soon can find their way. I tried to stop. The stone voice pressed harder. Breath stolen. Dead-owed. Pay the ground. Then it left. I fell to my knees. By my hand lay a survey map, damp with palm wine. Blue veins. Company seal. On the margin, Block B, Kojo. Kojo smiled at the chaos like he heard his favorite song. Enough, the chief said. We cool the night. We meet at sunrise. At home, I opened my father's rain-warped notebook. Page 9 matched the map. Block B, flood risk seam. The seam that took him. I carried the map to Accua. Her courtyard smelled of gari and lemon leaves. Do you farm Mondays? I asked. She shook her head. I tend grief. Not crops. Stones hit her roof. Boys with borrowed courage. I chased them off. Then the weight returned. River in my ears. Words that were not mine stood up inside me. Return the bone. Pay the ground. Accua pulled a small bundle from under a mat. Inside lay a bone whistle wrapped in red thread. 2 letters etched on the curve. K. Kojo Kumson. My uncle. Footsteps at the door. Kojo's voice, smooth as borrowed authority. Open, Accua. The village needs answers. I tucked the whistle inside my wrapper. It burned cold. Outside, men breathed like one animal. Rope fibers creaked in a fist. I stepped over the salt line. The weight sat on my ribs again. Return the bone. Pay the ground, the knot voice pressed. Kojo's eyes cut to my waist. What bone? I lifted the red thread, just a heartbeat. His mask slipped, then hardened. Children and toys, he said. Then let the toys speak, I said, and blew. No sound. Men laughed, until goats screamed and dogs howled. Under Kojo's left foot, the ground sighed. A yellow tail of survey tape rose from the soil like a root refusing burial. Black letters, Block B, Kumson. Silence turned hard. Planted, Kojo said. A trick. Planted like the seam that collapsed. I asked. Or like your crooked B you turned from a 13? He backed away. At sunrise, he said. With the chief. With law. Minsa leaned close as the crowd broke apart. Be careful which bones you wake, he murmured. Some debts were buried on purpose. Before first rooster, Accua and I passed the grove. 2 white child tree cloths lay torn. She retied them left over right, her way. Children must find their path, she said. By the palace. Banners we had never seen fluttered. Green futures, community partnership. Kojo stood beneath them in a new shirt. Beside him, a woman in a branded vest with a perfect clipboard smile. Madame Adu, she said. Fertilizer. A borehole. Togetherness. Evidence first, the chief said. I showed the map, the tape, the bone whistle. Blow, he ordered. I did. Nothing. A runner arrived, dust on ankles. Sinkhole at Block B. Goat's gone. The ground is eating. We ran. The field looked torn open by teeth. Water wore a rainbow skin. The air tasted like lemons and rust. Kojo grabbed a rope like a folktale hero. A child pointed. Uncle, your glove. His patchwork glove lay on the lip. He kicked it in. It floated on chemical skin, then sank. The weight rose again. Return what you buried. Pay the ground. Kojo slid. The rope slithered toward the mouth. I caught his wrist. Below, a rusted curve knocked metal to metal. Paint showed its teeth. Chem, and a skull. ESI, Kojo whispered, naked at last. If I fall, the story eats me whole. I chose the living. We hauled him out. The earth spat a watch next, rusted, stubborn, K. A. on the back. My father's initials. Kojo pocketed it fast. We will archive it, he said. A phone skittered from his pocket, screen bright. A message flashed before he snatched it. Adieu. After the forum, sign line Green Futures, KK. Funds clear by noon. The ground coughed again. A ledger slid up, wrapped in plastic and red thread. Chemstar AGRO, disposal support. Green Futures, community compensation. Kojo's crooked K, ran down 3 columns. He lunged. I held. The village watched us balance a family on paper. The ground trembled. The voice through me declared, return the buried. Return the breath. The living debtor must go below and lift what he hid. Kojo waved a confession from Accua, but the clan name was wrong. Elders stiffened. Names are bones. At noon, the chief set rules like a recipe. 3 knots, debtor chest, witness waist, break. Let the girl go, Kojo said. The earth used her mouth. Accua stepped between us. She is a child. I will go, I heard my pride say. Mensa tied red thread between our wrists. It looked like a wedding I did not want. He smeared shea and charcoal on cloth for masks. For the bitter air, he said. We descended. The hole's breath was warm and wrong. Rope burn. Heartbeats. Left, Kojo called. We tied a hazard drum. Above, fishermen pulled. 1. Right. We tied another. 2. Something soft bumped my ankle. A child bundle, white cloth. We sent it up. On the ridge, Adu's boy stood by the break, fingers oily. He pretended to shade his eyes. We climbed out. The bundle lay on cant. Beads. Tiny anklets. A curl of hair. A coin stamped futures. Accua's knots are left over right. This one was right over left. Mirror work. Neat. Ignorant. A staged grief, not hers. Before I could speak, the break screamed. Kojo slid. He clawed my ankle. Mince's knife flashed and cut the red thread between us. The weight left my body. Kojo dropped. His shout vanished like a bad beat inside a drum. Night fell. No one slept. The rope sulked in a coil. The hole breathed like a slow animal. The chief posted guards. At dawn, we count, he said. We write. Accua brewed ginger tea. She set a bowl of salt by her door. For the anger, she said. Mensa came quiet. I oiled nothing, he said. Before I traveled, I worked pits. I know rope that forgets who it holds. He slid me a number. Locker B, 12. Kojo's last true word. The lorry park sleeps at 3. We left at 2. Accua with a hook stick. Me with the ledger under my blouse. At the junction we met Kofi Lamptey, boy courier. If police see us, I am a story, he said. If thieves see us, I am a rock. He patted a sling full of stones and grinned too wide. The park was a dark mouth of sleeping trucks. Banners, green futures, hung like tamed snakes. I found B12 by dense and cold metal. The key died with Kojo. We pried the hinge pin with a nail and stubbornness. Inside, a battered suitcase. SIM cards taped underlining. Receipts stamped Chemstar and Futures. A memory card in a soap box. A photo under glass. Palace Courtyard, 1998, a Monday. Men lowering drums with a clean rope. Young Nana Kwaku pouring libation. A woman off-camera protests. It is a safe stay. Someone hushes her. Headlights slid over corrugated walls. The oily-handed boy rolled up with 2 bikes and a white envelope. B12 is company property, he said. Grief property, Accusation answered, standing like a tree. Madam says the earth likes gifts, he smirked. He placed the envelope on the locker lip like a trap asking for praise. Kofi's stone tapped his boot. Wrong door, Kofi said. We only take coins for salt. 2 elders stepped from shadow beside Mensa. The brake still smells of palm grease, Mensa said. Everyone's nose works. The bikes left in a purr of anger. We copied what we could. SIM to Kofi's phone, memory card to Mensa's old laptop, receipts flattened by torch heat. I pushed the envelope back through the fence. Let the gift find its buyer, I said. Dawn. The palace yard looked like a wedding that forgot the bride. Banners. Buckets of fertilizer. Drummers bored of being props. The chief lifted his staff. We start with cleansing, he said. Then partnership. Then prayer. Then counting. Then writing, I said. The word writing makes liars sweat. Madame Adu stepped forward. Our borehole truck is on the road, she smiled. Legacy waste, nothing to do with us. We played the 1998 video on a dusty TV from the radio shop. Adu said, Deepfake. Kofi tapped the screen. My uncle's bent thumb, he said. He died in 2004. Bones do not deepfake. The oily boy pointed at me. She cut the thread to kill him. Mensa stood between us. I cut to save the child, he said. Write that. I am not hiding. I opened the ledger and read names. When I reached in, K, the yard froze. The chief's face did old math. I broke taboo for cash, he said. Strip me of the stool. Let the writing begin. My phone buzzed. A voice note from a dead man. Kojo, scheduled like guilt. Rain is coming. The drums are wired. Barrels will float. When water rises, everything opens. The sky turned green-gray. At Block B, the rain became an upside-down river. Mensa called the dance. Clay here. Charcoal there. Sand in a line. Fishermen leaned into the break. Children ran buckets. Women tore cloth from masks. We lashed drums to gourds, so they would rise tethered. Down in the mouth, wires glinted like thin snakes. Cut. Kofi asked, knife ready. Not yet, Mensa said. If we slice wrong, they run. Adu's truck arrived with glossy sacks. Fertilizer, she announced. Mensa slit one, tasted, spat. More lies. I pressed my palm to the ground. If I borrowed your voice, I whispered. Borrow my hands. The tired voice rose. Return the buried. Return the breath. Okay, I said. We return. We placed the child bundle back properly, left over right, and covered it with clean earth. The rain dropped one note, like a drum finally tuned. Cut, Mensa ordered. Kofi's knife flashed. Wires sagged dead. Barrels fought. Our gourds held. The brake did not slip. Another scheduled text from Kojo. If the stool is empty, check Mensa's Calabash. In the stool room, a loose panel hid oilcloth pages. Under the Calabash lid, a tiny SIM. Mensa lifted his hands. Pit medic, he said. They paid me to calm panic. I also calm truth. I am ashamed. Police from the district arrived. They bagged the SIM, the pages, the panel. Adu tried one last smear. No one bit. Morning, and the ground gave back what it owed. My father's watch, ticking one stubborn beat. His dented tin lunchbox, inside a photo. On the back he wrote, For ESI, Mondays are for Asase. Remind me when I forget. A Chemstar board surfaced, laminated against time, scratched with names. Men who carried drums, a woman who brought food, a boy who practiced oiling brakes long before mine. The oily-handed boy raised both palms. It was me yesterday, he said. And my father before. I am tired. He told it straight. Cash, airtime, safety tests, Monday rituals to keep angry mouths busy. Police trucks took Edu and her papers. Nana Kwaka walked to Acua and knelt. Forgive me slow, he said. Stand useful, she answered. Carry sand. Carry news. Carry shame until it grows shade. We sealed the mouth with clay and charcoal. We planted vetiver to sip poison from the seam. A committee of women and fishermen held the space while the district investigated. Mensa trained medics and sample keepers. This time, only water, he said. At night, I hear Kojo's last decent line. Tell Mama to forgive me slow. We do it slow. Acua opened her yard as a store of salt. People drop coins, say, for the threshold, and leave softer. A month later, green shoots cut the field. Children cheered. No one said miracle. We said mourning. When officers came for formal statements, I placed my palm on the sealed mouth. I am Asase Yaa, I said. The ground used my voice because we stopped using our own. We forgot which day belongs to Asase and which to money. We forgot barrels float even when lies sink. We forgot ledgers are not proof until they are read out loud. Write. Count. Return what you buried. Then the earth will breathe. The wind lifted a leaf without breaking it. Maybe that is forgiveness. Not a spell. A practice. I tied a new strip of capulana to my cane. I painted a tiny Asase symbol near the handle. So Monday would hear me coming. And when the watch ticks in my palm, one slow beat each time the air is honest. I know the ground is listening. I know we are too.